Alright, so here we are, episode 5 of Shadow of the Colossus. This is a very interesting Colossus that we're going to be going after. This one is just known as AVION, and it is very obviously a bird. It's probably the most easily identifiable Colossus in terms of design, and it's the only bird. It's the only avian Colossus in the game, and we're gonna take a little time to get there. I'm pretty sure because this one is a little further away than the previous 4. So first of all, I'm going to pinpoint its location. We're gonna go over that way. You know, that cutscene we just saw where Aggro got scared when Dorman when they began speaking, really kind of emphasizes the detail in all of the animation in this game. I mean, between the way Wander walks and runs, the way his body moves and reacts as he is climbing Colossi, the way Aggro moves, the way the Colossi themselves move. I mean, this game's attention to detail with regards to the animation is just sublime. I really feel like the developers just nailed that aspect of this game, and I know for a fact that had to have been a kind of an important point for Ueda and his team. I mean, because you know, it's one thing to have this horse and have Wander and have these Colossi and, you know, to render them in 3D and to have them moving around, but it's a whole other thing to be as meticulous with regards to the way in which everything moves that gives it the weight it requires and the I don't know, the presence that it requires to really sell a player on this game and the way in which it functions. Uh-oh. Stop. Okay. So I believe this is the lake that Dorman was referring to. And it is fairly... I don't know if I would say it was misty right now, but it's definitely a lake. Not dissimilar from the lake that we fought the knight at, but obviously it is a little different. But also, we're going to see quite a bit of swimming in this section. And even the way Wander swims, it's all just done really, really well. Here we are. This is what we're looking for. Also, you can actually control the way in which Wander jumps onto these ledges if you hold down the jump button. Helps you get around a little quicker, I guess. And you can utilize that on Colossi as well, so it's always good to keep that in mind. love the design of Avion. This thing is truly it is by far probably the most unique looking Colossus in the game. Again, mainly because of the fact that it is the only it's the only bird. And I find that actually kind of strange. I would have assumed that the developers would have actually gone for more birds, you know, just more flying colossi in general. But they really kept it to a minimum, really. I guess they just didn't want to overuse the concept. Oh. All right. So looky there. It's just watching wander. It's just such an oddly creepy Colossus. Now, of course, for first-time players, it might not be entirely obvious what you're actually supposed to do. Clearly, though, if you look around, there really isn't any obvious way of getting to where Avion is. So, of course, the only option that the player would have at this point is to use the bow. That certainly got its attention. Oh Lord. And now when I was talking about the animation, this particular fight is very much about the animation. The way in which Avion moves, flaps its wings, this thing is constantly moving. And I mean, you really have to pay attention to what it's doing and when you can actually get any kind of advantage on it. So right now, obviously, I really can't do anything right here. So you might be wondering, well, then what the hell do you do? Well, there is an answer of sorts. You go right here. Also, this piece of music that is playing, I would argue this is probably the best piece of music in the game. I don't know, like when I think of this game's music, this is literally the first track that comes to mind every time. Not just because it is attached to one of the most memorable fights in the game, but just the fact that it just sounds so good, and it's just very appropriate for what the player is doing. Okay. Now comes the scary part. Oh God. I'm good to go now. Okay. I hope I can. Now the trick is to get to the other wing. This is... Yeah, Avion's not really cooperating too well here. Man. Oh, get on there. Not there, though. Right there. Now, of course, Avion is not the hardest Colossus by any stretch, but I think it's the most interesting, if only because of the way in which you're actually supposed to fight it. That was rather quick. I suppose that's the end of this episode. That was it. I wish Avion was a little bit... I wish there was a little more to it, admittedly, but... I mean... What can I say? It is what it is. And if you didn't think those tendrils were coming, there they are. It took them a little while, but they got to wander regardless. In any case, I hope you enjoyed that very quick Colossus fight. And I hope you'll join me for the rest. So thank you very much. Hope you have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you later. Bye-bye.